Welcome to today's video on self-regulation. What is self-regulation? Self-regulation, also considered as emotional and behavioral regulation, is having the ability to control your own reactive behaviors and emotions, such as staying calm when you're frustrated, angry, or embarrassed, resisting impulses, disruptive thoughts, and negative emotions in an appropriate and acceptable manner in different situations. For example, with how we deal with stress or what we do in escalated situations. Ultimately, it's being able to pause and think before you act, and being able to bring yourself out of or moving away from those negative feelings and emotions. But why is it important to learn about self-regulation? Self-regulation is an important skill for the development of an individual's well-being, to build positive relationships with others, and to help us continue to learn. In children, the skill and practice of self-regulation fosters the growth of their emotional maturity, such as being more communicative with their emotions, adapting and persisting through difficult times, learning to take control of situations when necessary, and viewing challenges as an opportunity to learn. This is useful in everyday and simple tasks, such as sharing and taking turns. Typically, the practice of self-regulation is, first, processing, being able to understand what's going on in a situation. Number 2, attention, staying calm to think about an appropriate response or reaction to the situation and acknowledging the possible consequences that may happen based on your response or reaction. Number 3, planning, following through with a plan. And number 4, adapting or impulse control, following through with a plan, all while resisting impulses. Ultimately, the goal is that after eventual guidance and practice of self-regulating skills, children will be able to go through coping mechanisms and self-regulating processes on their own and be able to see the benefits from it. Over time, children begin to learn to self-regulate and determine the strategies that work for themselves. They would be able to look through a set of options and be able to make a reasoned decision or make choices and plans that are most appropriate and right for themselves. However, it's important to acknowledge that it can be very difficult and frustrating sometimes to practice the skill of self-regulation, especially for kids. So acknowledge that it is hard. Acknowledge their impulses, their feelings and emotions, and offer strategies to help them regulate. Let's look at some strategies and tools that you could use with your children. These strategies are used to try to help your child move from the red zone, which is when they're angry or frustrated or yelling, to the yellow zone, which is when they're beginning to calm down, and finally to the green zone, which is when they're calm, they're ready to talk and learn, and they're happy. It's very difficult to speak with your children or resolve conflicts when they are in the red zone, because red zone emotions are extremely heightened, and they may be very fixated on that emotion and feeling that it might be difficult for them to listen or communicate with you. The strategies and tools that you choose to use should be personal and unique to your child, because not all strategies will work for all children. It's good to have a few strategies that your children can choose from to use in various situations. The first strategy is called the favorite spot or the cool down spot. Consider with your children a safe and supervised spot where they can go to when they are in the red zone, so that they can feel that they have their safe space to cool down and move towards the green zone. In their designated spot, you could be with them if they're comfortable, while they might be having a snack. Maybe you might be drawing or coloring together, or playing Legos with each other. Doing this helps to de-escalate the situation so that you can help them to redirect their red zone emotions. After some time has passed and they have calmed down or they're in the green zone, then you can ask them what happened, how are they feeling, and plan together how they can move forward with the situation. For some children, This spot might be outside, where they can kick or throw a ball around, run or walk around under your supervision. The second strategy is called the 5 senses mindfulness exercise. You can also do the 5 senses mindfulness exercise with them. Mindfulness exercises helps you to be more aware of your environment, your body, your feelings and emotions, and to be able to be more focused on the present moment. This can be useful with calming down a child that is in an escalated or heightened state. The 5 senses mindfulness exercise encourages you to use your 5 senses, which are your smell, your sight, your taste, touch, and your hearing. Go through each of these senses one by one with your children. For example, asking them, what are 5 things that they see around them? 4 things that they can feel or touch around them? 3 things that they can hear around them? 2 things that they can smell around them? And 1 thing that they can taste. Now, let's look at some strategies that we can use when communicating with children in the red zone. It's helpful to reflect on how we typically communicate with others that are in the red zone. What we might think is supportive and helpful for our own selves might actually make it more challenging for the individual that we are trying to help. The first point is giving a safe space. It might be helpful for the child to calm down without anyone present near them. As parents, you can quietly check in on them to make sure that they are safe. Similarly, it might be helpful as it gives them more time to think. The second point, sometimes the less talking that we do, the better. Trying to reason with someone that is in an escalated situation probably will not work. We can only work things out when we're calm and can think again rationally. Number 3, being aware of your tone of voice. So for example, having a soft and gentle volume. Number 4, avoid bringing up punishments or consequences while they are in a heightened state. Even if you do it gently, it might still be interpreted by the children as a threat. And lastly, number 5, having a calm and engaging body language as well. For example, crouching down to the level of your child, having a relaxed body language. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you are in need of support, feel free to reach out to us by phone at 905-770-7040, extension 241. This information will also be provided in the description below. Also, be sure to check out our website at www.ccsyr.org or connect with us on our Facebook page at Catholic Community Services York Region to stay up to date on our programs and services.